Hey, everyone. Welcome back. How are you doing today?
I'm
Everyone,
doing all right.
Kick back, open up a cold one,
Or a hot one,
and then sink
given
into
that
the
it's
icy
winter.
waters of the North Atlantic. Man, someone's got to go watch Middleman after we recommend it, right? That's such a great show.
We should do a watch party someday.
Honestly, that is a show worth watch partying. I was introduced to it by my ex, and he just had phenomenal taste in television, and I'm like, damn, I don't know where you find this stuff, but all right, dude. Let's as comment section has been kind to tell me, I don't actually need to replay the whole game to get back to where we need to be.
Because we have saves at the choice points.
No. That wouldn't work because the saves also save your progress and how many endings you get. However, we can just go to the fucking menu now and just click and go where we want to be.
Oh, that's so useful.
Also interesting, it shows where you are in your current playthrough. So on this playthrough, we went down this route. And it shows all of these locked and unlocked things. And I don't know what they mean. I think they change. Like, that means this here is ultimately locked. So I think that means we get shunted into this ending. I think if we find a way to unlock everything along the route, that's how we get the branches here. But I don't know what the locks or unlocks are. So we'll have to experiment with that. In the meantime, but we're still not done with our just like survey playthrough. Because we still have this branch here, which I believe is door 7, and then this branch here. So after we finish this branch and this branch, then we'll go back and start fiddling with stuff trying to get different endings. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right. So let's go back to the... Junpei's mind was already made up.
To go through the one door we haven't picked yet, conveniently enough.
Right?
I think I'm gonna go with door 7. Okay, 7 it is. Yeah. All right then, that means June's gotta go through 8.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but finally began to explain.
If the 6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there's only 3 ways we can do it.
Plan A.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7, and 4, 6, and 7 go through 8.
Plan B.
4, 5, and 7 go through 7, and 3, 6, and 8 go through 8.
Plan C.
Or 3, 6, and 7 go through 7, and 4, 5, and 8 get 8.
Because remember, 7 and 8 have already locked into their doors.
Yeah. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors.
Honestly, give me more mystery games where mysteries can be solved by doing mathematical proofs.
Specifically basic arithmetic.
Honestly, not even basic arithmetic, just like anything with a mathematical basis to it. Like, let me prove who murdered someone by doing number shit. That is what
The proof of this murder, I found a truly glorious proof of this murder, but it was too complex to fit in the margins here. It is left as an exercise to the reader.
Oh, he didn't find shit. As Santa finished, June looked over at Junpei, tears welling up at the corners of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't going to get to see each other again for a long time? But...
Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be at her side through whatever trials they were preparing to face, but he knew if they were to survive, he had to swallow his feelings.
Yeah, and something else. Got him.
Got him.
Wait, why are you got himing? I mean, I guess you will in a moment. Got him.
In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, steeled his resolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never going to see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then, too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, probably, huh?
She didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game till we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing.
Nothing.
The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked over at Junpei. I just realized that cut out the sound when I checked that for a moment. Oh well. He met them, and with that, what reassurance he could manage, laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again, I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost imperceptible nod.
All right, you promise?
Her voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover 7 and Junpei walked toward door 7. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
You guys ready? Yeah? Okay. Okay, let's go.
Do you want me to take over someone for this segment?
Maybe. Do you want to be anybody?
Yeah, who do you want to give up?
I don't know.
I'll take someone.
It's open.
A narrow hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door.
All
right, let's do this.
Hurry.
The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. I think I could best mimic your 7 voice.
Okay.
The detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. He looked to his right, toward door 8. June stood there, a mirror image of Junpei. She turned and looked toward him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
June.
Jumpy, I'm not dying before I get some.
Their farewell took almost 1.5 seconds. What the hell you doing, Junpei? Then someone took hold of Junpei's arms and hauled him bodily through the door. He heard the sound of the numbered door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep. Only 81 seconds left. No time to waste, guys. Let's get moving. 7 led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
Look, the door on the left. I can see the dead.
There was no time to rest or catch their breath. All 3 slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel on the dead. We've already made this joke before, so I'm not going to say scandal this time, but I want you to know I still thought it. It's an intrusive thought. Oh, pant.
Pant.
Yeah, you're getting no.
Pant.
Still trying to catch his breath, 7 leaned heavily against the wall. It stopped. It stopped. His smile seemed forced and a little crooked. This is the second time we've gone through one of these number doors, but, you never really get used to it now, do you? He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Where did you learn language like that, young lady? What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again. I dare you. I double dare you.
You have no...
You little... You want to die?
I'd like to see you try.
Why is she angry at... Okay, so hold on. I want to spin something out for you for a moment. Remember how we were thinking about who Ace's accomplice would have to be?
Yes.
Right? In order to kill Snake the way that they did? Maybe he talked 7 into it somehow. Be like, oh, we could just test this or something. Doesn't matter. I think Clover's done the math and figured out who it had to be.
So, how does this work again? So it's the 3 door, right?
Yep.
So we're assuming it is Ace, valued 1.
No, she doesn't think it's Ace. She thinks it's 7. Because remember, she doesn't know what we know about Ace.
Okay, so then how does the door get opened? There's got to be 3 people, right? 3 bracelets.
Right, which would be 2, 7. Oh, that's 9. Never mind.
Yeah, so we would need then.
So then she would also suspect Santa.
Yeah, I guess those 3.
Maybe? Never mind. Huh.
It is interesting though that she's speaking up at this point.
Yeah, especially because she was quiet the other way around. Right. We had. It's been a week since we last recorded this game, at least.
And he couldn't have been Ace's
but the reason his name
accomplice.
came up in that discussion was because he would benefit from having Snake's bracelet. Because being able to make 9 means you can go in with any group in any door.
Mm.
So maybe that's why she's. You fucking brat. All right, let's go. Let's go.
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not going to do us any good.
Ugh.
Gosh.
Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles really were the greatest challenge they faced. Turns to camera. Maybe we were the real 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors this entire time.
Maybe the real puzzle was the friends we made along the way.
Nah, I don't think so. You all kind of shit.
Wait here for a minute, all right? I'm going to go see if there are any other doors.
They didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway.
We just came through this door, and of course it's shut tight. There's a short hallway on the left here, and an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
At last, he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping lightly on the wooden door. This door's the only option we got, right?
Yeah, looks like it. Hey, something's written on the door, on that iron plate.
It says, operating room. This thing's telling the truth. There could be body parts inside of here.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Something about it made Junpei feel nervous. Well, no point in standing around now. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us. Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door.
Haven't we seen this room?
The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old woman. I don't think so.
Okay.
Because we did see a room that looked kind of like, but I don't think it was the operating room.
Ugh.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
A chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him. Yeah, this is different.
Huh?
Part of the room, just past the door, was obscured by a screen. What the hell's this?
Why don't we take a look?
She's much more excited and animated in this.
Yeah.
Did it have anything to do with... Did we talk to her in this one?
Good question.
I wonder. Maybe that changes her disposition? Because I remember in the last playthrough, we didn't talk to her. We just kind of skipped by everything. Maybe talking to her improves her mood a little bit.
Hey, Clover.
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen.
Ah!
Her scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrums. Whoa!
Clover.
He and Seven ran toward Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear. Oh, what the hell's this?
Is this a corpse?
It was something that looked kind of like a human, lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed, an operating table. Are we going to have to play Operation for one of these?
Ha ha ha.
The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and a cluster of bright operating lights shone down on it from the ceiling. We should probably take a closer look, huh?
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all. This is,
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something. A doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted.
That's
Slowly,
the one thing I'm more afraid of than corpses.
Well, aw, shit. I mean, reasonable, but picked a bad time. She approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible from as far away as possible at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right, it's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked. Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it. Don't you start with me, fatty.
There's just a lot going on here with these two that we just don't have time to deal with at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, what is this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale. Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Huh? Oh, this. You mean in his chest?
Yeah.
It was set a little higher than normal for a human body, but from the shape of the organ, there could be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll? I don't think it's a doll. You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got more personal uses, huh? Huh? Eh? Up top? Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. What is with him in this route?
Yeah.
This is nothing like what he is in the other routes. Clover glared at him.
Anyway.
Oh, no. No, it's... Oh, I don't think it'd be that. We don't have...
How about we take a look around this place? Let's go.
So, I just want to, like, broach an idea real quick here.
Mm-hmm.
Just because this is the second time we've seen a character acting wildly different from how they usually are in different routes. Like with Ace suddenly not knowing who was who back in the car key room, right?
Wait, what?
Remember when we had the card key puzzle? Oh no, that wasn't it. Never mind. I misremembered that detail. It's been a hot minute since we last recorded. Give me a break. Or don't.
Okay.
Sure thing. Also, we've resigned ourselves that the controller weirdness is just going to continue. So I am playing with mouse and keyboard now. We couldn't... What worried me most is that it was super inconsistent.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. That's just how it is. Ooh, excuse me.
Hey, I wonder what this thing is. It says KG on the display.
Oh, you think maybe it's a scale, huh? Oh, there's some sort of lid on this thing.
Why don't you try opening it?
I can't. There's no handle. Can't get under with my nails either.
There's something that looks like it could be a scale next to the operating table.
But something we can't touch. Got it.
It has something that looks like a lid on the front of it. An operating table. Do you think old operating tables look like this? I have no idea.
Have I told you what I think my grand theory for this game is yet?
I don't remember.
Based on... So the bits and pieces we've seen so far, right? We've gotten kind of the idea that they kidnapped a bunch of kids, ran experiments on them, right? And what we know about those experiments were like, and kind of from context of what the stuff they're talking about is like a way of sending memories to other kids, right? Like that's what they were trying to get. Like, oh, you think really hard about this, and somehow that information gets transferred over here, right? Using a little bit of future Uchikoshi game knowledge, I think I know what the deal with this game is.
Okay.
I think the deal with this game is going to be that they are testing, like Zero is running an experiment with a game where it's impossible to win on the first try, and the only possible way you could win it is if you come in with knowledge that you could have only gotten by completing it once.
Oh, so it's going to get all meta.
Yes. And I won't specify what, but like that's using some weird future Uchikoshi game knowledge, or that is a trope that he has delved into later on as well. So I think that's kind of what the deal is going to be here, that eventually solving this means that we have to use knowledge that we couldn't have gotten otherwise, and then that will be the successful version of the experiment. That's just my guess, but, operating table. Cool.
These dolls are really kind of creepy, you know?
Hey, it says something here.
John? You think that's this doll's name? Maybe. This thing is creepy.
I wonder why it's on the bed.
A creepy medical mannequin is lying on the bed. Apparently, his name is John.
John Doe, huh?
A white cloth.
That's it? That's all we got on that cloth? Okay. Just gonna do a couple of other clicks here just to be sure, because this game likes to be very pedantic about that kind of thing. All right, let's look this way.
That's a lot of surgery stuff.
There's some scalpels, a few pairs of forceps, and a couple of syringes. All of it's too rusted to be useful, though.
Hey, there's a scalpel here that looks new.
Scalpel that's not rusty.
Seems like it was put here for a reason, huh? You think it's telling us to cut something?
Wow, Clover, you sure sound like Junpei
sorry.
there for a
You
moment.
think it's telling us to cut something?
No, do that again. That was impressive.
Yeah, I do. That's a scalpel.
Probably cutting something soft with it. All right.
What?
Oh! Clover said, that's a scalpel. And then Junpei said, oh, you mean talk about 7? And then Clover says, he looks more like a scalper.
I see.
You guys are jerks. I didn't expect there to be another one, okay?
A sharp scalpel. I can probably cut things with this, just not anything that's too tough.
Okay. That's really funny.
None of this other stuff looks useful.
Yeah, it's all pretty rusty.
These tools are all pretty rusty.
Just a wooden partition. Nothing special about it.
A simple wooden partition. It separates the hallway from the operating room.
See, that's why I click on everything a whole bunch of times, because it really... we didn't get that one until the 3rd time around.
An internal organ, specifically a lung. A medical mannequin with its guts showing. Ew. Gross.
Hey, Junpei, there's a slit in this thing's chest.
Yeah, sure is.
There's something in there. Maybe we can get it out? Ugh, damn it. Stinking thing won't budge. It's stuck.
Well, I guess you can't use force on this one then. We need something small that can fit into that little hole. You can see this thing's internal organs. If we had something that could fit into those cracks, maybe we could take out some of the internal organs.
Not the scalpel?
Interesting.
Okay, so not the scalpel. Because that's the one we have up. So, okay, that's not it. Oh, okay, that brings us back here. Okay. All right, that goes around the I see. Okay, so that's how we get around there. All right. Before we go out here, let's look around in this little, since we're kind of rotating in place right now, let's finish with this before we...
Okay. The drawer is empty. Yeah, nothing there. There's nothing on the lower shelf.
Oh, that takes us back. Okay, so we kind of moved back to there. Okay, I got it. Got it. Okay.
There are a whole bunch of bottles on the shelves. They all look like medicine. They've got labels, but they're all big medical words that I don't understand. That's a lot of medicine.
I wonder if one of these is a laxative.
Yeah, it sounds kind of gross, but I'm pretty sure every one of us has had the same idea. If we had some laxatives, maybe we could crap out the bombs Zero put in us. Unfortunately.
Damn it. I don't know what medicine does what here. It's not a entirely bad suggestion, actually.
Yeah. The shelves are packed with bottles of medicine I can't identify. There's a lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart.
Okay.
Maybe you're supposed to heat something like that gauze to kill the bacteria? There's a boiling thingy over there. There's nothing on the lid or in the drawers. A thing for boiling tools to sterilize them. There's nothing in the drawer.
A fake chest. Fucking weird.
Ew, that's gross.
This is the chest. It's a woman's chest. Heart's gone, but it's pretty hot.
If that kind of thing turns you on, Seven, you're a real creepo.
I think because it was standing on the warming thing. Chest of a medical man. Oh, right. There's a hole in the left side of the chest. Probably for a heart.
Maybe
Hey, at least
so.
it's not eyeballs. Seven's just the chest appreciator. So we don't need to sterilize our scalpel. Okay. Got it. Oh, what's this thing? It's got these short on legs.
Maybe it's a heater? There's nothing inside it. Looks like it's probably a heater. There's nothing in it. There's a pipe going outside. Hey, I know. Let's go through that pipe and escape.
It is different.
Are you nuts? What the hell is wrong with you? Junpei, are you flexible like an octopus or something?
Are we?
Since we're not octopi, we can't go through that.
Sorry, I needed to see every last one of those. You know what? I appreciate both the original adventure dialogue authors and the translation team, the localization team, for making sure that all the jokes are still funny.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some kind of device attached to the bed. It says KG on the panel. Is this a scale? Another medical mannequin?
For the looks of it, this one's a chick.
She has a name too. Lucy.
Poor thing. Looks like Miss Lucy only has a head and a left arm.
Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts? Lucy's head and left arm are sitting on the bed. Maybe something will happen if we gather all of her body parts.
Right, because it'll weigh the thing, right? This bed doesn't look very comfortable.
An old hard bed.
Am I not? Okay.
Do you interact with Lucy with it?
I guess maybe we should come back here after we have them all. Because I've tried interacting with the bed with this active and also her. Okay.
They use these for surgery, right? Let's see. Syringes, cups, a plate. There's a sort of scissor-ish thingy.
Co-chair forceps. I don't know what those are.
Are those scissors? They look kind of funny.
No, that's probably a pair of co-chair forceps. Surgeons use them during operations, like can hold blood vessels shut and keep tissue out of the way. They used to pull stuff out of small holes or something like that, if one felt inclined to do so.
Kosher forceps. They can fit into small holes and stuff.
Yeah, they can. Alright, nothing else here. Well, we know where to use those at least.
Yeah?
Alright, and that got rid of it. So
we took the organ thingy out of the chest thingy?
it's a lung, not an organ thingy.
Huh? This part here on the back, it's all rubbery.
You're right.
So, it's a fake organ. Of course it'd be... Wait, what's Seven grabbing it for?
Hey, it feels like there's something in here.
You think we can cut through the rubber part? The organ we took out of the chest. Part of the back of it is a little rubbery. It feels like there's something inside it. If we can cut the thing open, we should be able to get whatever's in here.
If only.
Let's try cutting this organ with a scalpel.
Oh, yo, alright.
There's a key in this organ.
Found a key in an internal organ, huh?
A key we found in one of the mannequin's internal organs.
Alright. Well, let's start with this side. Oh! That unlocked that for us.
Cool, it's unlocked.
before we go through there, let's check out this side of the screen.
Junpei, where are you going?
That's the door we came in through.
The only thing out there is the numbered door.
Pretty sure I don't need to tell you that the numbered door is a one-way deal. So,
You're saying there's no point to going back there, huh? And they're nodding. Awesome.
I do appreciate how each of the puzzles in this game really feel like very intentional, that they take up a particular space.
Yeah.
That's something that not a lot of games pay attention to. It's like making sure that the space that their rooms inhabit feel real in relation to one another.
Awesome. It's unlocked.
All right, so that unlocked both of those. Cool. So I guess we're starting in the chemical room. That's fine.
Hey, Junpei, you think there are any slugs on this ship? Huh? Well, if there are, I was thinking we could put salt on them. What's she pointing at? The label states NaCl. Salt, huh? Do you think Seven will shrivel up if we put it on him?
Hey, you say something? Slugs are our friends.
There's a bottle of salt on the shelf. The label says NaCl.
NaCO. Na is sodium and Cl is chloride.
So salt is made up of one sodium atom and one chloride atom.
Note this down. It's going to be useful in a puzzle in about 40 minutes.
There is a bottle of salt on the shelf. Salt is made up of one sodium atom and one chloride atom.
Awesome.
Junpei, there's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf.
You know what? Just in advance, I'm going to go ahead and just start noting this stuff down. Like, I know what salt is, but, like, the fact that they need us to know salt specifically.
How do you know it's iron?
Let me see. Ah! Notepad, why are you like this?
The label says Fe.
Oh, I too enjoy playing mobile games.
Fe stands for iron, right? There is a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. It says Fe on the bottle.
I wonder if the location's gonna matter. Hopefully not.
Something stinks. Is it coming from this bottle? It says NH3.
Well, of course that stinks. It's ammonia.
There's a bottle of ammonia on the shelf. It says NH3 on the label.
Cool. So I wonder if we're just gonna have to know, like, the chemical representation of
We'll
certain
see.
things. Either way, I'm just recording them down so we. Oh, good stuff. Let's go for a drink.
What are you talking about?
Talking about that bottle. It says C2H5OH, right?
It's ethanol.
I wouldn't have known ethanol. Yeah, that's right. It's also known as ethyl alcohol. Pretty much what booze is made of.
So, you're gonna drink it?
Well, I'm gonna consider it, but nah, I won't. Might say that's what it is on the label, but there could be anything in there.
Plus, it's usually denatured and shit. There's a bottle of ethanol on the shelf. The label says C2H5O.
C2H5OH. C is carbon, H is hydrogen, and O is oxygen.
So basically, ethanol is made up of 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom.
Cool.
Ethanol is
So
made of
I'm
2
guessing
C's,
we're gonna
6
have an
H's and 1 O.
Element puzzle at some point here. NH3. It is nitrogen, H is hydrogen.
So in other words, ammonia is made of 1 nitrogen atom and 3 hydrogen atoms. Ammonia is composed of 1 nitrogen and 3 hydrogen.
Okay, yeah.
Iron is Fe. It's a molecule with only 1 atom. Iron is Fe. Even with only 1 atom, it's still a molecule.
Okay,
Have we
so there's
looked
a
at all the
puzzle here.
shelves?
Huh?
Have we looked at all the shelves?
Not yet. I didn't realize that this one was the puzzle, so. Okay, that also brings us here.
A rectangular table. I wonder, did people mix medicine on this thing? There's a rectangular table in the center of the room.
Hey, Junpei. There's a dihydrogen monoxide on the shelf.
Why don't you just say water? There's a bottle of water on the shelf. The label says H2O.
H20. Or O, actually. H must mean hot, and O probably stands for orphans. So H2O must be made of 2 hot orphans.
7, is your head okay?
Honestly, no. Yeah, okay.
Water molecule is made up of 2 hydrogen, 1 oxygen. What's this?
Oh, it looks like a can with a spray nozzle. It says CO2.
So, it's a can filled with carbon dioxide.
Again, that's one that would be pretty familiar with, but
There's a canister of carbon dioxide on the shelf. The label says CO2.
alright. Iron is 1. Okay.
Okay.
Iron
Salt
is 1.
is 2.
Salt is 2, because
Water
it has
is
2
3.
constituent... it has... Okay, and water is 3. Would-
Carbon dioxide is 3, ammonia is 4, and ethanol is 8, right?
Ammonia is...
No. Ethanol is
2, 7, 8,
10.
9.
What?
C2, H5, that's 7. O, H, that's 9.
Yeah, 9. That's what I meant.
Cool. Blue liquid.
It looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Oh, why don't you try pouring some of that out of that cap?
Can't see any reason why not. What's that? It's bright blue. Do you think it's alien blood?
Ugh. Where the hell did that come from?
Then what do you think it is, 7?
I don't know. Some sort of special bath soap?
What a boring guess. A bottle with blue liquid in it.
Cool. Alright. Fair enough.
It looks like there's something inside that bottle.
Why don't we try pouring some out into the cap?
Can't see any reason why not. What's that? It's bright red. Do you think it's non-alien blood?
Nah, it's just tomato juice. Nah, blood's thicker than that.
Then what is it?
Well, beats me. I mean,
It could be beets.
I guess, or it's just like red paint. Oh, this thing won't open. Is it locked?
You probably need to put in a passcode. I mean, geez, they've even got a keypad on there. How much more obvious can you get? I can only enter 3 numbers.
Okay, carbon dioxide, ammonia, ethanol, so that's 3, 4, 9.
E is for enter and C is clear. Once you input the number, press E. If you mess up, press C. Let's give it a shot. It's the right arm of the body. It's kind of creepy. The right arm of a medical mannequin.
We combine this with the... I guess not. Oh, is that the... That's the chest, okay. Oh, fake heart.
A heart? This thing is super creepy.
This ain't good for the heart, if you know what I mean. No?
The heart of a medical mannequin.
Alright. Looks
Well,
like we're
that
done
seems
here.
like that. You think we should go back? Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her when he realized that 7 wasn't following suit. Oh, what's this?
Hey, 7, what's up?
Oh, well, He looked up at Junpei distractedly, then back down at the brown bottle he held cupped in his large hands.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it. Here you go. In response, 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. He caught it and twisted it around to read the label.
Ethylene diamine tartrate.
Yeah, that's right. It's EDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still. Looks like it's cleaned my brain up. Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah. Seven nodded slowly and spoke. Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals, made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals called a hydrate. Once the crystal turns into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. Factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory. They've been making crystals the same way, with the same materials, and in the same equipment, and the same environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate.
Didn't we hear a different version of this story?
It was
Or a
about a
similar
different
story?
thing. Yes,
Okay.
but yeah, similar story. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate, but after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. I forget what it was in the other story we were told. Was it Lotus that told us that?
I don't remember.
It was like, man, how do you say it?
Like the molecules were communicating with one another? Transmitting information in a way humans couldn't perceive. This phenomena spread throughout the world, right?
Junpei looked up at Seven with a half smirk. Seven stared at him, dumbfounded. Yeah, that's it exactly. How'd you know?
I heard another story kinda like that one.
Oh, when?
In the freezer.
What? The freezer?
Yeah, June told me.
Junpei told Seven the story he heard from June in the freezer in the kitchen. How one day glycerin began to crystallize, and the story of ice that wouldn't melt at room temperature. When Junpei was done, Seven looked thoughtful and absent-mindedly rubbed the scar on his chin. Ice that doesn't melt at room temperature, huh?
Wait. The freezer? When did that happen?
Yeah, this is not this callback I thought it was.
No, because I remember that's the callback I thought it was, but when did it happen? Because we're referencing it directly. Did it happen directly before this in the previous 4?
That one would have happened. Which one is this? Second class cabins. The kitchen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay,
and,
okay.
and according to this one, we did go through kitchen route. This time.
Okay. For a moment, I thought we were getting all non-linear.
Not quite yet. No.
Okay.
Although that's still not the one I thought it was talking about. I thought it was because we were talking about a different molecule that.
Yeah, the glycerin.
Yeah, the glycerin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was that anecdote.
Okay. Yeah, hold up. I feel like I can remember something. It's right there. Seven squinted. His eyes stared off into space as if he were trying desperately to focus on something far away.
Do you... know something about it, I guess.
Know about... Oh, that's about specifically Ice 9.
Okay. Do you know about Ice 9?
Ice 9. Ice 9. Oh, Ice 9. Ice. Suddenly, Seven's eyes shot open. That's it. I remember now. That woman. She's on this boat.
That woman?
Alice.
Who's Alice?
Come on, the woman who wouldn't melt at room temperature.
Huh?
It became clear to Seven that Junpei had no idea what he was talking about. He ran his hand across his face and took a deep breath. You know how the Titanic sunk on April 15th, 1912 in the icy waters of the North Atlantic, right?
Yeah, more than 1,500 people died. Worst maritime accident in history. But a great example to get started with on Kaggle when you're learning statistical prediction methods.
That is mighty specific of you. Did you hear about the boat that was sent to collect the dead bodies?
I think that was the RMS Carpathia, right? It was a cruise liner, just like the Titanic, but with a cooler name.
No, that was the ship that picked up the survivors. The ship that collected the dead bodies was the CS Mackay Bennett. The Mackay Bennett showed up on April 17th, 2 days after the accident, set off from Halifax, a port in Canada, and recovered 306 dead bodies. The lake that far north was really cold. It would have to be for there to be icebergs and stuff. Anyway, the bodies they pulled out of the water were frozen solid.
This isn't a very nice story, so what happened next?
Well, they say the Mackay Bennett recovered something more than just dead bodies. There were various bits of stuff floating around in the water, things the drowned had carried with them, or stuff that dislodged as the ship sank. One of the things they found was a coffin.
A coffin? We've heard this story as well.
Did we hear about this coffin?
We heard that they were transporting was it a mummy or somebody or a corpse or something that was frozen and that wouldn't thaw?
Yeah, we did hear a story like that. I didn't think that it had been on the Titanic, though. Had it been?
I don't recall.
And also we saw the coffin during that one puzzle with Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah. The 2-door, I think. Yeah, a wooden one. The craftsman who made it must have been pretty skilled. It wasn't just a wooden coffin. It was all wood. No nails, no reinforcements, no gaps in the wood anywhere. The thing was airtight. Crew got pretty curious about what might just be inside it and opened it up. Had to get a wedge and hammer it open. It was so well made. Inside, they found a woman. Or excuse to say, they found the dead body of a woman. Her hair was thick and black, and her skin rich brown with no blemishes or signs of decomposition. They said that she looked gorgeous, like a goddess. She was obviously dead, but everyone who looked at her just said she looked like she was sleeping. Her skin was so lifelike she looked like she might wake up at any minute. She didn't, though. Like the rest of the bodies they found, she was frozen solid. Eventually, the Mackay Bennett finished searching and returned to Halifax. The 306 bodies were unloaded and taken ashore. However, it was warm enough that they began to thaw. They say that the stink was horrible. There was one body that didn't thaw, and that was
the girl in the coffin.
That's right. Everybody thought for sure that she'd melt and start to rot like the rest of them eventually, but weeks passed and nothing happened. And then a month passed and another, and it was summer, and she was still frozen solid. After a while, people started to say she was some sort of miracle. Rumors about her started to spread. People came to visit Halifax from all over. After a while, people started to call her All Ice. Alice. Of course, those rumors didn't last long.
Why?
Well, she up and disappeared. One day Alice was there, and the next day she wasn't. They say someone snuck into where they were keeping her and stole the body. With the body gone, the rumors followed pretty quickly. And after a while, no one remembered her. You might be able to find something about her if you could find a newspaper from back then, but that's about it.
Wait, you just said that she was on this boat.
Well, yeah, I did. Alice has got to be somewhere on this ship.
Now, why the hell would you say something like that?
What about the coffin in the 9 room? 'Cause I know.
And just what is it you know?
What happened to Alice after she was stolen? Junpei gulped.
All right, tell me, what happened to Alice?
Seven nodded slowly and took on the look of a man recalling something long buried. Around that time, the word was that there was a special black market in New York, all millionaires from all over the world. I've heard that Alice went up for auction there. The person who won the auction was Lord Dashiell Gordain.
Have we seen that name?
I feel like I've heard the word Gordain before.
I can't tell if we've seen this name before or if I'm getting this confused with a football player.
Well, I can't help you with that. You heard that name before, right?
Lord Gordain. Isn't he the guy who bought the Gigantic? We have seen this name before.
Yep.
The Titanic's sister ship.
Yeah, that's him, all right, though I guess he hadn't done that yet.
What do you mean?
Gordain bought Alice in 1912, then 4 years later in 1916 he bought the Gigantic. And he hid Alice somewhere on the Gigantic. But nobody knows where. He died in 1931, and apparently without ever telling anyone where Alice was hidden.
However, what?
Well, he did have one close friend who asked him, "Where is Alice?" And he said, "Alice sleeps in a small chamber past the forest of knowledge beneath the navel of the Gigantic."
What the hell is that? Some kind of riddle?
Yeah, he said, "Follow the sweet fish river that flows from my beloved hometown." Your guess is as good as mine. Seven threw his hands up in defeat. So, that's it. Whatever you think, I believe it. She's hidden somewhere on the gigantic. In other words, she's hidden somewhere on this ship. Before Junpei could dispute Seven's rather bizarre claim, as Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was going to say next, Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey, what are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here.
We're having creepy story time. You could have been involved if you chose to, but you decided to run off. It was your fault you missed out on the fun, creepy ephemera. Okay, we're coming.
Jeez.
Seven looked at Junpei. Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it. With that cryptic remark, he turned and left the room.
Alice, huh?
Junpei was left behind to ponder what he had just heard. Trying to remember what June had told him earlier.
That mummy wasn't just a normal mummy. They say that she was frozen solid. The story says that from the time of its discovery, all the way through to when it got put on the Titanic. Even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted. Melted.
Then was that Egyptian priestess Alice? Did the water in her body become Ice 9? No, that's nuts. There's no way somebody like that could exist.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to clear it, and followed Seven to the operating room where Clover was waiting.
So this is interesting. I feel like this is the first time we've really got a hint of stuff from a previous path fork
Yep.
impacting what we learn.
And I have a feeling that's what the keys are going to wind up being. Like, did we come here with the proper knowledge to make a decision here?
I had figured it was the literal keys.
I don't think so, because they're all attached to stuff that happens in escape rooms.
Okay.
So I think they're all based on decisions we make, except for this one. They're all based on decisions we make during that scene.
Okay.
And I think coming in them with some particular kind of knowledge is what's going to change them.
Interesting.
Yeah, we haven't managed to unlock any of them so far. Anyway, let's finish off this room. Why would you make me go down the hallway? What's the point?
There's a light bulb illuminating the room. Let's see if... a piece of paper. What's this? Is this some kind of medical record? File screen.
All right.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, the medical record. Here it is.
Medical
John and Lucy.
Oh. A medical record found in the preparation room. It has records for the two mannequins. There is a male mannequin named John and a female named Lucy. The record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts.
Oh, we're going to have to do some math, aren't we? Well, at least we know where this is for when we need it. I'm not going to start taking notes now, but...
There is nothing left in the drawer. A cabinet with a drawer in it. Ah.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Don't you want to get out of here?
But I'm tired. There's a long chair in the corner of the room.
All right, that looks like a fun puzzle. Let's finish looking around before we... This is the way... I bet this is the door out.
It's locked. It won't even budge. Do you think this is the exit?
What's this? A light switch? Oh, it doesn't seem to be working. All right, so that's probably...
that's got a symbol on it. A keyhole and a symbol on it.
Oh, that's Saturn? Don't quote
It's
me
a
on
4.
that. Oh.
It won't open. It looks like it's locked. There's a red plate on it. Do you think that means something?
That's probably connected to this puzzle here. A sink. Doctors and nurses probably wash their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here.
The sink doesn't look suspicious.
All right.
The white light on the top is glowing. Yeah, but the red, blue, and purple ones still aren't lit. Only the white light on the top is lit. The red, blue, and purple ones are still dark. There's a ray of light going through the beaker. And it's hitting the thing on the right. Gee, I wonder if we have anything that could change the color of a light going through a beaker.
Yeah.
I found a beaker.
Hey, the blue light turned on.
And I heard a noise. It sounded like something unlocking. This is the left foot of the mannequin. Do you think I'm better? What? Do you think my legs are skinnier? The left foot of a medical mannequin. The red light's on now.
I think I heard another noise. The right foot of the medical mannequin. Guess it's a woman's foot, but damn, doesn't look hot at all.
Have you got a thing for feet, Seven?
You are a literal child. I am not discussing this with you.
You're sure acting kinda shady.
Wee. Alright. I get it. You combine the red liquid and the blue liquid to make our purple one.
Good job, Junpei. The purple light came on and I heard it unlock. I'm sure it's unlocked. The locker with the purple plate has got to be unlocked. All right, let's see what happens.
I bet the door with the purple plate unlocked. What do you think, Clover? How'd you get it back into each bottle?
I know, right? Well, it's got a little pour spout.
Oh, I see. We combine them. Now we have purple liquid.
That bottle has purple liquid in it.
All right.
This is a really big nose.
That's no nose. It's a stomach.
Oh, a stomach. Tap, tap, tap.
Hey, that ain't a drum, kid. Can we combine these things? Or do we have to do it? I guess we do it on the table. I think we found everything.
Yeah.
Let's
Seems
go.
like it.
Let's go back and
Okay, so we've collected the 6 parts of the medical mannequin. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Yeah.
seems like it, yeah.
Well, I say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope.
Agreed.
All right, let's get started. Combine! Hey, nothing happened.
That's odd.
Maybe it's the wrong weight. Wait? Yeah, well, you know how there's a scale on the side of the bed. Maybe we need to get the scale to a specific number.
How are we gonna do that?
I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Oh.
Let's give it a shot. All right.
Operating instructions. The screen will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch their body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out.
What number are we supposed to get it to, though?
I will bet it's equal. I bet. Unless it could be in that chart that we have. No dice. I think if we knew the weight of each part, we could figure it out. Let's take a look at that log.
I mean, look at that,
Oh, there's a number on here. 51. Oh,
51 kg.
what are you looking at?
What's this? Is this the weight?
Well, we were just stacking body parts on it, so it makes sense that it'd be the weight.
So, but that's not what it. That's not what it needs to be.
Yeah. So what's in our log thing again?
Lucy needs to be 53.2.
Okay. So how can we do that? We got to get 2.2 kilograms added.
Can we go back and see what John is currently sitting at?
53.5, I believe.
Oh, you remember that? Nice.
Does that add up? No, it doesn't.
Yes.
It does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. 53.5.
Okay.
It adds up.
And he needs to get to 51.3, huh?
Yeah. So he needs to lose 2.2.
Cool.
So it all adds up.
All right. So, is there going to be a good way to do this? I don't think so. I guess we just...
If we start by swapping a arm, that gets us an even half.
Well, here's what we can do.
We can just guess and check also.
We can swap parts and figure out what weight they are and then figure out which one they're supposed to go with.
Yeah. And isn't that the weight written on them? No, it doesn't make sense. That's not the weight. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Let's just... It can't be. It doesn't add up.
Well, it's the weight of the parts we can move.
Oh. Maybe.
Yeah, so I'm
I
going
don't
to write
know.
these down.
That doesn't look like it adds up. Let's just...
Yeah, it adds up. Because there's extra weight here from the body itself. These are only the weight of the parts that we can move around.
Extra weight from the body itself, but that's all of the...
Like the
it's
head.
only the head.
The head isn't counted in this. The arm isn't counted in this.
That'd have to be a really heavy head and arm.
I don't know what else to tell you. It's a math puzzle.
Okay.
So Lucy, let me write these. Let me get
Why
these.
don't we just move things around? I wonder if it's that easy.
Okay, I won't. Well, okay. You know what? Last time we just tried moving stuff around. It took us. We didn't get anywhere, and then I went all math on it, and we got it pretty quickly.
Okay, let's try swapping a leg.
All right. So.
Okay, let's try swapping an arm. Wow, we just need 0.2.
No, we need her to be 53.2. And we need John to be 51.3.
Okay. Oh, wow, it was that easy.
Hey, Junpei, I just heard something. Came from John's operating table. Better check it out. Well, I want you to know I was prepared to go math on this.
The lid on the scale. Hey, it opened. Oh, I get it. It must have opened because we matched John's weight to what's on the chart.
Oh, to the Jupiter key, my bad.
There's a mark engraved on this key. I think it's the Jupiter symbol.
Cool. Let's get the hell out of here. Hey, hold on a sec. Junpei stopped, about to put the key into the doorknob.
What's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
God damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing. Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover. What's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
It wasn't the best joke, but it was something, an attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly her mouth opened and she whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead. Huh? That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead...
So that is what is on her mind,
Mhm.
specifically, like...
I'm going to be next.
Suddenly the operating room felt very, very cold. Why does she think she's going to be next?
Why would she be next? What does... So she's 4. Her brother is... Her brother is... 2. So that adds up to... 6, so she'd be suspecting Santa? Maybe? If she's suspecting that someone's killing folks and taking the bracelets.
Yep, and if she suspects, if her beef with Seven wasn't just her being, silly, then Santa, Snake, and Seven do get that the 3-door open that Snake is dead behind.
That's true.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
He gave her a small shake, but she still didn't respond. Actually, are those the only two that could have? Well, no. Oh, Lotus and Ace could have as well. Because she doesn't know yet that you can use the extra bracelets to open the doors. The silence grew heavier. What do you want to do?
Oh, yeah.
He didn't know why, but suddenly Junpei remembered something he'd been given earlier.
It's in my pocket somewhere. Ah, here it is.
He reached into his pocket and dug it out.
4-leaf clover.
Santa had given it to him in the second classroom. He held it out to Clover.
Hey, did you know? Each leaf means something. Hope, faith, love, and luck. That's what a 4-leaf clover stands for. Take it. Use it as a good luck charm.
He pressed the 4-leaf clover into her hand.
Listen to me, Clover. No matter what happens, you can never lose hope. You have to remember what's most important, and that's to have faith and to have love. If you can remember all of those, that'll bring you good luck. The Snake, I mean your brother, he's not dead. He's alive somewhere, I'm sure of it. You've just got to believe in that.
Clover stared at the 4-leaf clover in her hand. He could see tears start to form at the corners of her eyes.
Thank you.
Her voice was tiny and broken, and as she spoke, she started to cry. She tried to hide her tears by looking at the floor, but it did little good. She wiped away the tears with baggy arms of her jacket, but more quickly took their place. No matter how she tried, she couldn't stop crying. Her tears made small, wet circles on the floor.
Thank you.
She said it again. Then she looked up at Junpei and seemed to choke down the last of her grief. She did her best to smile. Junpei wiped an errant tear from her cheek with his thumb and gave her the best smile he could manage.
Now, come on. Seven's waiting for us at the exit.
But still, she didn't move.
Wait. Before we go, there's one last thing I want to ask you. What's that? What do you think when you hear the word experiment?
For a moment, his mind froze. Then he came back to his senses and realized the word meant nothing to him, aside from the dictionary definition.
What? Oh. I guess it was just a coincidence then. I mean that you knew about the 4-leaf clover. What?
So the explanation Santa gave us about the clover somehow ties into an experiment that she is recalling.
Look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be a jerk, but you are making less than no sense right now. Oh, no, it's nothing. Just forget about it. Oh, don't give me that. You really think I could just drop this? What is this experiment you were talking about?
Clover looked away. The 4-leaf clover was still in her hand. She stared at it for a long moment and then finally spoke.
You promise you won't tell anyone? Cross my heart? Really? Really? I can trust you, right? Of course you can.
Clover slipped the 4-leaf clover into her pocket. Her eyes still red from crying, she looked up at Junpei.
Okay then, I'll tell you. I'll tell you what happened on this ship 9 years ago.
See, I had originally dismissed the idea that she would know anything about that because she's too young, right? We're told from Lotus that the children would have been about Junpei and Jun's age now. So I had kind of assumed that she wouldn't have known anything about that. Apparently, I am wrong.
Wait. On this ship? Yeah, this ship.
He was entirely lost. He had 1,000 questions, but it was probably best that he thought to save them until Clover had finished her presentation.
It was an experiment to test some sort of psychic thing, communicating through these fields that you can't see. Fields that you can't see.
He'd heard something like this before. Clover nodded.
Like, think about this.
She pointed at the operating table. On top of it was a somewhat mismatched medical mannequin whose parts had been swapped with another mannequin.
This is John, right?
Are we gonna bet the ship of Theseus here?
But is he really John? Huh?
All Junpei could think was she has finally completely lost it.
Isn't this like Locke's socks? Or the ship of Theseus?
Got him! Junpei grew even more confused. He had never heard of either of those things, although they sounded smart.
You don't know? You haven't heard of those paradoxes?
I wouldn't call it a paradox, but...
No.
Junpei shook his head.
Really?
Clover laughed.
Okay, well, pay attention then. This is how Locke's socks works. Let's say I've got a pair of socks. They're my favorite socks. One of them gets a hole in it. What would you do if that was your sock, Junpei?
Patch it up?
Yeah. Well, I guess I'd patch it up, get some cloth, and close up the hole. But what if another hole opens? I'd add another patch, I suppose. What if another hole opened after that? Another patch, I guess? Well, let's say you just keep adding new patches until eventually the original cloth of the sock is totally gone. Once you get to that point, can you really say they're the same socks you started with? That's tough.
Junpei crossed his arms.
So, that's the Locke's socks thing? Yeah, the ship of Theseus is a lot like it. The ship of Theseus, if you keep fixing the damaged parts of a ship, eventually it ends up with none of the parts it started with. Can you really say that ship is the same one you started with?
See also grandfather's axe. Right?
And what if you took all the old parts from the first ship and built another one somewhere else? Then which ship is the real ship of Theseus? The one you repaired or the one you built with all the original parts?
It was an interesting question. Clover could see Junpei was intrigued.
Hey, do you think it's the same? Ooh, what's the same? These guys. Is this John or is it Lucy now?
Junpei looked at the operating table again. A mannequin full of body parts from a different body. Clover had been right. It was just like Locke's socks and the ship of Theseus. The part of the body that holds a person's identity is the head. Of course, for many hundreds of years, conventional wisdom had held that a man's identity resided in his heart or in a number of internal organs. And here they had both.
John's head and heart are both his, but apart from those in a single arm, the rest of his body was once Lucy's.
Was that mannequin really John?
We're just like these mannequins.
She looked at Junpei again.
Think about it. The cells in our body change every day. Old ones die and new ones are born. Maybe part of my arm is made of stuff from a fish I ate once. Or maybe part of your right side is made from a cow you ate. If you take it a little further, those cows and fishes are made from something else too, right? That's how we're all connected. Through fields that can't be seen with the naked eye.
The silence was broken by 7. Hey, what the hell is taking you two so long? Numeral 2. And I guess the way you resolve that philosophically is to instead give the name of the thing to like the system, the localized system, or relations, a series of relations. Doesn't solve every problem, but...
The way you solve what thing?
Like, you could say that, like, yeah, it's the same pair of socks because like, the sock isn't the sock itself. The sock is the series of relations between, like, the bits of cloth in this shape in this localized area. As you keep repeating it, you keep patching new holes, right?
Okay.
And then those become part of that same pattern in that area. So,
Fair enough.
yeah, it doesn't solve everything, but like that's one way of resolving it. He was not happy. How long you two gonna make me wait for? We don't have time to screw around. Junpei and Clover looked at each other. Clover looked at Junpei as if to say there was more she wanted to tell him. She shook her head. Whatever she had to tell him, she didn't want to tell him in front of Seven. Yep.
If she knows what happened, she saw Seven there. Because Seven was there. We know from one of our other routes. Seven started to remember being there.
Being
on the ship to rescue the kids or investigate the kids or whatever.
Yeah, but
allegedly.
she's far too young to have been one of those kids.
Unless... Or at least she knows about it and might know that he was there.
Yeah.
Because she's saying it's that incident that she knows the truth
maybe.
about.
Maybe Snake had been part of it, and Snake told her about it.
That could be.
Oh, what were you numeral 2 doing? Was this some sort of secret meeting?
No, it wasn't. We were just playing with the mannequins.
Huh?
Let's go, Junpei.
Moving a little bit too fast to be entirely innocent, Clover headed toward the exit. Seven stared after her, then turned to Junpei with an amused expression. Playing with the mannequins, huh? Didn't know you were into that kind of thing, Junpei. Hey, no judgment.
You're a dick.
Junpei dashed past him and traced Clover's path out of the door. With a short laugh, Seven followed. Huh. They stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm going to open it now. Is that cool?
Don't need to keep asking, just do it, all right?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. He felt it unlock. The door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, and that was it.
All right, let's get going.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know that? Can't you just sound more happy? You know, get a little excited? You tried smiling more often.
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven and took his first step down the simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead and she was likely to follow him. What would lead her to believe that? Like, if we're running off of, like, can remember previous games theory, might she have remembered the previous game where we did go down the route where Snake died and then she died soon after? And we confirmed Snake was dead?
Oh, when you say previous games, you mean previous routes within 999?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I had not made that leap. Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that. You found it!
Congratulations, you found it. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked. Here too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in a corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. As he made to push it open, a voice stopped him. The voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Junpei!
Huh?
He spun around. He saw someone running toward him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming toward Junpei and his companions.
June. And Santa and Lotus too.
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa, what the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys, could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of a small way that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious as to what she'd found.
Look on the wall here.
There was something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
There was something on the what?
At the end of the wallway.
A map of the ship's interior.
It says C deck. Ah? See these nuts?
God
Come on.
damn.
So it's the map for this floor then.
Door 7 and door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway. In fact,
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door number 9. Might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to open door number 9. That's how the nonary game works.
I see.
Junpei looked at the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh!
You've gotta be kidding me.
One by one, the other saw what he had seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
They moved as one for the door.
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
He pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall, put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a semicircle. Santa stepped forward, took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all numeral 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door, then got on the floor. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without
what?
looking around, each one of them knew where they were.
I believe you mean they pour away.
Shit, you're right.
I knew it.
They were just where the map said they would be.
We are back. In the hospital room.
I'm gonna wait until we... I see. I believe I understand what you're saying now. Okay, now we're here. Cool.
Okay.
All right, so we should be good to jump ahead then from here. And actually, this is about 80 minutes or so. I think this is a good episode. We'll call this a sode, if you will. No keys here, though. Okay, interesting. I wonder if those only show up after you complete the route. Regardless, we are going to call this a sode. Next time we come back, we're going to move forward a little bit here, and we're going to go down this pathway this time and see where that gets us.
Yeah.
I hope you're all enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying being back in this game.
Me too.
I know we took a little break to play Butterfly Soup because everyone wanted us to, and I wanted to too, and I hope you all enjoyed that. But I can't wait to see more of this. And we're getting so close. There is going to be probably one episode of this that is just us futzing around trying to do keys and stuff. That's going to have to be pretty edited. But you know what? That's fine. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
And if not, you're free to leave. The end of you don't have to be here. We're not holding you hostage. Unless we are? How's our community outreach been lately? See you all next time. Bye.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.